When I was growing up, summer camp was the way I spent every single summer. In addition to making new friends and learning about Judaism and going to all the fun social activities, one of my favorite things that we did was to have a song session every single night. Everyone had amazing energy, and kids were jumping around, and there were guitars and other instruments, and it's really one of my favorite memories. At our song sessions, everybody had their favorite song, and one of mine was Dreamer. And the story of the song is basically that whenever a community needs something done or there's a task to accomplish, everyone goes out together and gets it done. And the chorus sounds something like this. For our hands are strong and our hearts are young, and the dreamer keeps a dreamin' ages long. The message of the song, to me, is that we'll always have our dreamers and the people with visions, but alongside those people, we need everyone else to go out and do the job that needs to be done. We are all part of that dream as well. We need to have the heart and the mind to carry it out. And I think that this campfire song can pose for us today an interesting question. What do we need to be willing to do to make our dreams a reality? Are they simply going to come true if we wish it? Or do we need to take that extra step to make sure that all of our dreams are realized? Being a dreamer has many different meanings and associations for us. We can look at dreams as a wish or a hope, or even a distant fantasy. It may have little hope of actually coming true. Our dreams that we have at night when we're asleep are also another way to think about dreams. Many early psychologists, including Sigmund Freud most famously, have taught us that dreams are a way of understanding our own personal psyches. They are a reflection of our desires and of all the dark, deep things that we keep buried away. A dream can say one thing on the surface and very well mean something else. A dream can also be an ideal vision or a goal for the future. Dreams aren't just telling us what we already know or what we need to do. Dreams can give us something to strive for with our blood, our sweat, and our tears. Like the prophets of the Bible, it can also be a dream of a better world, a future that is redeemed. The prophets spoke God's word with the people, sharing ideas of what would become of the Jewish people. They were not always popular, and the prophets were not always welcome in their own times and communities, but they did speak importantly of truth, of justice, and of faith. When all is said and done, dreaming and letting our dreams guide us in our lives is a humongous risk. Some may decide to follow their dreams to pursue a new career path or to move across the country. A young person might look at the future and decide to make a change in their own lives to accomplish their goals. A leader can stand up against all the odds and fight for what they believe in. Over all of this dreaming, there is a huge weight that often hangs over the dreamer, the fear of failure or of not measuring up. If a dream does not come true the way that we intended, or the vision goes off course, we may feel pitied, or like our lives have no meaning. In the Torah, the topic of dreams come up quite often. In the Bible, we don't take dreams lightly, or just see them as a nice story. Dreams are a way to divine the future and to see what is actually to come. A dream isn't just a personal thing as well. It is a gift from God. In Parshat Vayeshev, dreams draw out the narrative. They are the basis of everything we see and hear in the story. Dreams help the characters understand themselves, their personal situations, and the world around them. As a teenager, the young Joseph has a dream that the sun, the moon, and 11 stars in the sky are bowing down before him. They symbolize his mother, his father, and his 11 brothers. This dream isn't really accurate and very unlikely. His father Jacob is quick to point out to him that his mother Rachel, is no longer alive. The dreamer, Joseph, our protagonist, still had these dreams, so they're important to us as the readers. Dreams are so central to the story that of course they can't pass without comment by the rabbis. One commentator in particular speaks about the interesting significance of Joseph's dreams. Harav Amram Kook, the influential Orthodox scholar and a founder of religious Zionism, writes about Joseph's prophetic dreams as follows. This is because the truth of prophetic dreams relates to the general reality of what should happen. This does not mean that dreams contain fabrications. Rather, the dream's message relate to what potentially could or should have occurred. I think Rav Kook makes an important point here. A dream has value even if it isn't perfect or even possible. Dreaming contains a glimpse of what might be in our futures. They are holy intrusions and interruptions in our lives with a real purpose, to give us something to strive for and to give us something to add meaning to our lives. This is just as true for modern dreamers as it is for biblical ones. One of the biggest dreams in the life of the Jewish people to be realized in the last century was the foundation of the State of Israel. The state officially came to be in 1948, but it only started with one man many years before, Theodor Herzl. Like many other dreams and visions people have, his vision of a Jewish homeland came from an unlikely place. After living a privileged life as a reporter and man about town, he finally saw anti-Semitism with his own eyes when he was assigned to cover the trial of a framed Jewish army captain in Paris. It was in that moment that he realized Jews could only be safe in a land of their own. And to share his dream with the world, he wrote books and published articles to convince the rest of the world that the Jews indeed deserved a homeland. His most famous book, entitled Alt Neue Land, or An Old New Land in German, outlines his plan for the state with modern culture and commerce, a place where he himself might like to live. It also includes his famous vision, "If you will it, it is no dream," famous words to live by. Herzl never got to realize his dream, and it would take other men like David Ben-Gurion to realize an actual Jewish state. We'll never know if he carried out the vision correctly, or if Herzl would approve of the Israel that we have today. The two men shared a dream, but only one was able to live it out. Herzl's vision was not for himself alone. He purposefully dreamed for an entire people. The dreams of our visionary forebears have something important to teach us about our own dreams. There is an inherent value to believing in our own dreams and visions, even with the very real risk that they won't come true, or they might come true in a way that we did not want. They can still enhance our understanding of our lives and our futures and of the world around us. Dreams are a way for us to dig deeper into our fleeting thoughts and to explore our imagination and our sacred purpose. We may suffer for it, as Joseph does at the beginning of the Parsha. His brothers hate him so much that they are willing to kill and sell him into slavery. His dream does come true, just not in the way he would have expected as a youth. Joseph had to experience slavery, prison, being so downtrodden, and being redeemed to a position of power to see his dream come to life. He does one day see his brothers bowing before him, and they don't know him. Only after these trials can they be a family once more. There are those of us who are lucky enough to have our dreams come true. We have visions that come to life, dreams and risks that we take that are successful. But let's face it, most of us won't be a Joseph or a Herzl or even a Dr. King. Our dreams may not be epic prophecies or resounding visions to change the fate of a people. Nevertheless, our dreams are crucially important to giving us hope in our lives, to finding happiness, to working towards our goals, and to driving us to challenge ourselves. The key to making our dreams come true, as many of us have found or have sung about at summer camp maybe, is to have others dream with us. Each of us is far more likely to succeed if we know that we have an individual or even a whole community of people behind us. We feel safer taking those risks to reach our goals. Psychologists have discovered that after the high and lows of emotional adolescence, we are scientifically less conditioned as adults to take risks. Adults are more conditioned to be sensible and to safeguard what they have. As a Jewish community, I think we need to do a better job of encouraging the dreamers and the visionaries and the risk takers. When people share their vision of Jewish life with us, I hope we can be more open to saying yes, to failing, and to supporting one another's visions. You don't need special training or a class on dreaming or the rules of leadership seminars. They can be helpful, but they aren't necessary to fulfilling one's dreams. Individuals need opportunities, resources, and support to pursue their passions and their dreams. Only when we see this can we live by the credo of Herzl and in a way of the prophets and the visionaries of our own times. Im tirtzu ein zo agada. If you will it, it is no dream. Shabbat Shalom.